Hi, I'm Christina Reyes. I play Mrs. Segstrom in East West Players' Little Night Music. It's a fun part. I get to sleep with everybody in the show. It's fantastic that way, and I'm really having a great time.
Hi, I'm Joseph Andreas, and I'm playing Frid, the manservant who pleases Madame Arnfeld off stage.
Hi, my name is John Briones. I play Frederick Egerman. He's a middle-aged lawyer trying to renew his youth, father of Henrik, and husband to Anne. Thank you.
My name's Glenn Fernandez. I play Henrik, his son, and in the play I try to get with everybody, but I'm not very successful.
I'm Carrie Carnahan. I'm playing Mrs. Nordstrom, part of the Quintet in A Little Night Music. And how I got involved, I auditioned and they cast me, lucky me. And about my character, I guess it's ambiguous who we get together with. I'm a ghost.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Hubilla. I play Mrs. Anderson in the Quintet. Same as Carrie, I auditioned and got cast. And about Mrs. Anderson, she got to sleep with both boys in the Quintet. Lucky her.
Hello, I'm Katie Tang, and I'm playing Anne Egerman in the production. So I'm the young virginal wife of Frederick behind me, and I don't get to sleep with anyone. It's really a bummer. And then I won't give it away, but Anne is able to discover her maturity through the production, and I auditioned as well, and I think Tim called me back for almost every single role except Desiree, and I'm glad that he casted me as Anne.
It's a good thing you weren't Frederick.
Right.
Hi, I'm DT Matthias. I play Mr. Erlinson. I am one of the quintet who's one of the spiritual ghostly figures in the show, and since I'm a ghost, I probably sleep with myself. I have been watching East West Player shows for a while, and I've always wanted to be in one, and this is my first opportunity, and I'm grateful.
Hi, I'm Tiffany-Marie Austin, and this is my first production at East West Players, and I'm very excited. I play the Countess, Charlotte Malcolm, and I enjoy being very grand, however, very upset through most of the show. But I think that she does finally get some in the end. Since that seems to be the theme of what everyone's talking about, who's sleeping with who. But Charlotte is very dear to me as a character, so I'm really enjoying the production.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Karen Huey, and I play Leonora Armfelt, a dope fiend who wakes up satisfied. So I think, and Frid, my manservant, often walks away with a smile on his face. So I think that's really what's going on there. Although at dinner, then I get the hots for the Count.
There you go. Subtext coming out.
Hi, my name is Melody Boutiou, and I am playing the one and only Desiree Armfelt. I get to have many friends in this play, starting with Carl Magnus and ending with the love of my life, Mr. Frederick Egerman, mwah, right up there. And this is my first musical at East West Players, but East West was the first theater that I worked at when I moved to LA. It's how I got my equity card. And I did 3 shows when I first moved here, in 2000 and 2001, but this is my first show back. I'm coming back after 11 years, so I'm happy to be back.
Oh, it's my turn. Hi, my name is Marcus Choi. I am playing the role of Count Carl Magnus the Dragoon. And, Carl Magnus really enjoys driving long distances and looking at sunsets in a deep lunge. And and as my fellow castmate would say, Karen Huey would say, Count Carl Magnus is a magnificent buffoon.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sasha Tominaga, and I play the role of Frederica Armfelt, granddaughter of Leonora Armfelt and daughter of the one and only Desiree Armfelt. And Frederica is like a very mature, and compared to me, she's more mature than me. So I'm like, oh, my mind is like everywhere when I'm thinking, but like Frederica's all like straightforward. So that's what I call Frederica.
I'm Paul Wong. I play the role of Mr. Lindquist, the last of the quintet. I guess all the quintet people seem to have slept with each other. And also, there apparently is a Mrs. Lindquist in the secretarial pool of Frederick Eggerman, so I'm not really sure what her story is. I got involved in this project because I auditioned, but I had heard about this project about a year ago, so it's been on my radar for the better part of a year. This is my 10th show at East West Players. It's also my 10th Stephen Sondheim show. And that's my goal is to do as many of them as possible before I die. So I'm finally in double digits. So.
Well, I mean, I love to sing, and my friends will attest to the fact that I'll break out into song any chance I get. But then when I'm on stage, I will freak out, and you can hear, and I'm sure people have heard me. I'll be hacking backstage. I'm like trying to get everything I can out of my throat because I just get tense a little bit. So but once I'm there, everything, I just leave it up to the powers that be.
Me too. Oh. At best, I'm an actor who sings, not a singer, even though, like I've taken lots of classes and I have done musicals in the past, but not a lot. I do a lot of voiceovers. That's my main thing. And it was kind of a little scary. Actually, a friend, Marilyn Takuda, who works at the theater upstairs, called me, and Meg Imamoto called me too and said, "Why don't you audition?" And I was like, "Don't you guys have that covered?" And she was like, "No, why don't you come down to the callbacks?" And I was like, "Really? When are they?" And she said, "In 2 days." And I was like, "Oh my God." So I came down and I sang the song that I'm singing in the show. And then Tim said to me, "Well, Karen, you obviously know the song and the melody, but your rhythm is off. Did you learn it from the recording or did you learn it from the music?" And I said, "The recording." And he said, "Well, it's kind of tricky." And I said, "Okay, thank you, bye." And when he called, Meg called and said, "We'd like to offer you the role." And I was like, "Really?" "Okay, here we go." Yeah, exactly. And I said, "Okay, here we go." And then I got all the help I could get. And, I'm just proud to be in this company because everyone here is just such a fabulous singer.
I love singing. I've been singing since I was a kid, probably like most everybody here. But oh my gosh, I have to say with this particular production, particularly with the quintet stuff, wow. I remember the first day that they plunked out my part, I was like, I went home, and it sounds so melodramatic, but I cried. I was like, I am never going to be able to get this. This is so hard. And then the day that I was finally able to put the book away and sing it just from memory, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I could do anything now. Unless you're Paul Wong, you could but wow, it's really challenging stuff. But it's such a rewarding feeling to conquer it, to feel like you've conquered it. So
Anyway, so when I got the part, I was like, awesome. I was freaked out, but okay, I'll do it. So I took it as a challenge. And so we get an email before first day of rehearsal. And my interpretation of the email was, come to rehearsal, first day of rehearsal, we'll have a read through, be ready to sing. I said, okay, I guess I didn't quite get the interpretation that you were supposed to know all of your music before because it was going to be a read through and a sing through. And so I had to do a lot of talk singing that first day. So I didn't really have a whole lot of time to really sit and stew in my fear because that next day I knew my stuff. But yeah, it was every once in a while. It still gets a little scary, but I am understanding more every day with the performances and rehearsals, the brilliance of Stephen Sondheim.
I would say, especially for this particular production, I think some musicals, depending on how they're written, it can be very awkward to suddenly burst into song. For the audience, for the actor, for anybody witnessing it. But for Sondheim, the whole piece is orchestrated. So there's underscoring. The whole entire piece is a waltz. So there's this undercurrent that we're constantly feeling as actors of the music, in the way that we speak our language, in the emotions that we're feeling, and we're encouraged by, of course, our wonderful director to feel that, and by our music director to be aware of that undercurrent of the rhythm of the piece. So for me, I feel that the songs that come from out of especially this particular musical are very organic. It feels like the time to sing. Except for maybe after that giant laugh that happens right before my very serious song, which you'll have to come and see the production to know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. Anyone else?
Okay, it's maybe less awkward for everybody else, but before my song starts, I have a really confusing set of things to do because I get through this really intense dialogue with one of the characters, and then I have to like react to that, and then I have to go grab a cello, and then I have to make sure it's in tune while the music's starting, and then I only have 4 measures to grab it, sit down, make sure it's in tune, get my fingers in the right place, and then start playing and singing simultaneously. So I don't think it's exactly. So I find the transition quite awkward.
Inappropriate for my age, but like a lot of I don't want to say the word.
Go for it.
Okay, sex. Like
You'll hear some beautiful music and beautiful singing. You will laugh, you will cry, and you'll be thoroughly entertained. Absolutely.
Well said, Dr. Wong.
Thank you, everyone.